What is going on, YouTube? Dad with a Bike here, and today we are going to give a long-term review on my Saddlemen Renegade LS Solo seat. I've had a lot of people ask me about my seat. A long time ago I did a first review of this seat, but I think in this one we're going to talk about long-term and is it doing what I really wanted it to do. So stick around and you guys will find out whether or not this is something you should think about purchasing, and you know, if it is it really the first thing that you want to buy for your bike? So should be a good one. Alright everybody, before we jump into this video and I roll to some footage of the seat itself, I wanted to give a quick service announcement. If you are new to this channel or you just stopped by because YouTube told you to, I welcome you. Stab that like, subscribe, notify. And I do have a Patreon out. I do have a Teespring. It's in the description. Do me a solid, support the channel. 100% of what I do in this channel or anything I make on this channel, I put right back into the channel. So in the form of giveaways, and we're getting close to our first set of giveaways since I've kind of announced Patreon, so we're getting there pretty close. I got to think about what I'm going to do, so it's an awesome one. But anyway, I do appreciate the support, and even if you don't want to take part in the Patreon shenanigans, you know, at least give me a subscribe and a like. Help my YouTubeage. So, anyway, on to the Saddlemen seat. Ta-da! Alright, y'all. Thanks for sticking around. Now, I would have to say, like, the very first purchase I made for my motorcycle was my seat. You know, when I rode it off the lot that day, and I rode it home, it was a long ride home. It was probably about, I don't know, it was probably about a 2.5 hour ride home from the dealership that I bought it from. And I paid for it dearly. My butt was not happy. So when I got home, the very first thing I did was I said, I need to fix that seat. So I got to digging around, and you know, there's lots of them. There's, you know, Corbin, there's Mustang. The Indian Comfort seat did not exist at the time that I was looking, so I didn't even think about that one. And of course, there were Saddlemen. So when I weighed my options, it really came down to price, and I was hopeful that I wasn't going to make a mistake by buying a less expensive seat and end up hating myself for it. Those things are kind of odd. Looks like he's having some issues. Hopefully he's okay. Anyway, nope, that dude on the motorcycle was not having any issues. His saddlebag left side was open, so I double checked with him, make sure he was cool. He's aight. Anyway, so back to the topic at hand, this seat. So I did a bunch of research. Not a whole lot of people at that time were even looking at the Saddlemen seats for the bobbers. And so maybe I could consider myself a trendsetter because I chose the Saddlemen seat. Now, when I bought the seat, you know, I had it, you know, they let me specify the color and the stitch and all that stuff, which I did. You know, and I got a brown colored seat with a black stitch. And I didn't get the 2-up, primarily because I only ever ride this solo. No one rides with me. So Solo it was. And when you do the comparison, you know, Solo wise, you know, at the time, like I said, the Indian Comfort seat didn't exist. So for 250 bucks, you know, I was getting a much nicer seat than stock. So of course I pulled the trigger. Now I did opt for the gel insert, and I'm glad I did, because I think that's been a huge benefit to the comfort of my ride. But you know, when I got the seat, I was excited about it. I took some care to make sure I treated it. You know, I used some I think it's called VLR or VLC mothers. Anyway, it's this stuff in a red bottle. You know, and I treated it and I rubbed it a lot and I moved and pushed it around because I wanted it to break in fast. And if I have to say, the one downside about the Saddlemen seat is how long it takes to break in. I was probably riding this thing for a good 2 months before it broke in and became really comfortable. And I'll be honest with you, I was on the edge at one point in time of saying, you know, screw it, I'll just go buy a Corbin. But I'm so glad I didn't, because it was almost like something magical happened right at the 6 month mark, where or 2 month mark rather, where all of a sudden the seat was comfortable. I mean, it was perfect, and it just cupped my little buttocks oh so well. And of course, you know, the very first thing that you notice when you bought the seat, or any aftermarket seat for the bobber, is you actually stay in the seat. The factory seat, boy, it sucks so bad. When you grab a handful of throttle, you're not staying on your seat. You're going to slide back. But it doesn't happen with the Saddlemen seat. It's got that nice curvature in the back, so I stay planted. And I ride my bike pretty hard a lot of times, so it has done me justice. So it's been a great seat. It has taken a while to break in. The quality and you know, the overall wear and tear on the seat has been amazing. Like, it's a super high quality seat. I have put miles on this seat. You know, I've owned this bike for a little over a year, and I've put, I don't know, I'm sitting at like 16, almost 17,000 miles, because I ride the crap out of this bike. I've gone to Sturgis, I've gone to Big Bend, I've done a 500 miler, I've done an Iron Butt challenge, all kinds of stuff on this bike. And the seat has just been, I think, the primary reason it's been so comfortable, and why it will take a whole lot for me to, you know, get off of this bike and onto a different bike. So if you're looking for a seat and you don't want to spend that massive amount of money on the Corbin, you know, check out Saddlemen. I give them, you know, all the thumbs up, you know, 2 thumbs and 2 big toes. So, you know, they've done a heck of a job with this seat. And they're, you know, if you 2-up, you know, their step-up seat is beautiful, and it fits the bobber like crazy well. So I'm sure you can find somebody out there. I think like the Bearded Bobber did like a full walkthrough on like all of his seats and stuff like that. So if I can, I'll link it here, and I'll send some love his way, because I think he breaks it down a little bit. I think he's got the Corbin, the Saddlemen, I don't know what else, but anyway, he's got lots of seats, but I stick with the Saddlemen. So as I close this out, I will leave you all with this note, which is, for 250 bucks, you get a very nice seat. You can customize it, slap a gel pad in, and you can ride this thing forever. Give it time, be patient. It takes, you know, a little bit of time to break in, but once it does break in, you know, it is an amazing seat. So anyway, y'all take care. Be nice to one another. And oh yeah, I'm gonna start thanking my patrons, because I've got some now. Woo! So they'll be on the end here. Thanks guys for supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the patrons. I appreciate the guys stopping by my Teespring. and I do appreciate anybody who likes my videos, subscribes, and watches them. I really enjoy doing this, and I do it all for you. So, y'all have a good one, and peace.